It's Elvis Week 2024, and this is Rare Elvis Photos, bringing you another series of phenomenal Elvis Presley photos for you to enjoy as we get through this week. I remember when I was a child, there used to be tons of Elvis Presley movies on TV. Now we got these streaming channels, and there are still, if you have a streaming TV, there are plenty of free Elvis movies for you to watch. So let's get into these photos, and I hope you enjoy them. Please like, subscribe, hit notifications, share this video around, and hit that join button or leave me a super thanks if you can. If not, it's not required. Appreciate y'all being here. Going by because there's a lot of early photos here. As most all you Elvis fans know, Elvis Presley wanted to be a singer from a pretty young age. You know, he had a choice between a bicycle and a guitar. He chose the guitar, and fiddled around and stuff. And of course, on Lauderdale Courts, he played a lot and played in the stairwells and, went to the gospel. I love that photo right there. That's a fan that I think traveled over from France to see Elvis Presley and caught him right there coming out of the gates. And it was a treat of her life, I'm sure. Elvis Presley, learned to play guitar, and he was a really good musician. People don't. I mean, he won Guitarist of the Year in these fan magazines quite often, and people kind of scoff at that. But the truth of the matter is that Elvis Presley played guitar on all the Sun recordings, so he was a great rhythm guitarist. We know how well he played piano from Unchained Melody. Viewing that, and the fact that he loved to play piano. There's footage of. I don't think there's video footage, but there's picture footage of Elvis and his concert there. I think it was 1961 in Hawaii, where he jumped up on the piano and was playing piano. And of course, we all know that he played piano. But Elvis Presley traveled around the country. After he and Scotty and Bill got the band put together. From Sun Records. Real quick, I'm going to talk about this. So, the most orders of flowers in one day in the United States was the day after Elvis Presley's death. So, that's the impact Elvis had, in the United States, and of course the world too. Speaking of the piano and Elvis, there he is right there. There's so many pictures of Elvis Presley at the piano that, in my opinion, it's more iconic than him with a guitar, because he really loved to play piano. I mean, and you notice that later on in life in his Vegas career, that he played piano more than he really played guitar. But anyway, so Elvis Presley, he wasn't an overnight success. He really, 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 really put the miles in on his car. One car started on fire. Out there on the road, 53, 54, 55, 56. He traveled a lot too. Elvis Presley was always a performer. And I think that kind of gets lost in the legend of Elvis. Elvis is a beautiful man, like a model. His voice, his powerful singing on Hurt and, Unchained Melody and American Trilogy. And, of course, his military career gets talked about a lot. But the fact that Elvis Presley burned up the roads, and played so many shows, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, and then, of course, we talk about his Vegas career and all the shows that he did in the Vegas career. But in the early days, it was, there's another great picture of Elvis in the early days. It would be pretty common for Elvis to do 2 or 3 shows in a day. Now, granted, he wasn't singing an hour and a half, 2 hours, but traveling from place to place, singing, trying to sing over the crowd of girls. It's amazing Elvis Presley's voice, he never really lost his voice, for all the fact that during his early days he couldn't even hear himself. That's funny. Good picture there. He couldn't even hear himself on stage because of the screaming of the girls. And if you were one of those girls, let me know in the comments if you were screaming, because Elvis couldn't hear himself. I'm sure he appreciated the love. But anyhow, as we enjoy these pictures, there's Elvis products that are tagged below. And of course, if you do buy one of those products, it helps the channels out. The channel out. I do this for the love of it, but it's nice, every once in a while to make a few pennies and pay a tenth of an electric bill. Just kidding. We all have bills, but if there's a product that you want, obviously get it. And if not, don't get it. I love you guys. I appreciate all the shares, all the likes, all the comments. And really the growth, and just the love that you showed for me by this channel exploding. Like literally, channels don't get 50,000 subscribers in a year, unless it's some sort of a new pop star or Mr. Beast. Of course, he's got millions of subscribers. There's kids channel, but there's plenty of Elvis channels out there, and you guys chose to subscribe to this one in mass. I mean, over 50,000 subscribers in a year, and that's wonderful. That's the power of Elvis as well, mainly the power of Elvis. But I do appreciate that you lumping me in with that, and taking the time to listen, to watch, to share, to comment, to get to know me, and let me know you. So, well, that's a great picture. I love, Elvis Presley in white, of course, is iconic with If I Can Dream, but I love photos of him that have blue as well. And maybe because he had blue eyes, but for some reason, oh, that's a great photo right there. I love that photo. It looks. I'm striving to continually bring you guys new pictures every day that you haven't seen. And if it's something I feel like I haven't seen, that means that first I haven't seen it in a while, or I've never seen it. So I try to keep track of not recycling photos. It's important for me to provide to you guys a new experience every day. That you can go, wow, I haven't seen that photo before, or I've never seen that photo on this channel. So thanks so much for letting me know that too, because you guys let me know that all the time. But Elvis Presley, like I said, back to the touring. It's a great photo there. I mean, the danger he put himself in, and I think if I remember right, he actually had an emergency landing on a plane as well one time. And of course, that wasn't very long after the Big Bopper and Richie Valens died. And he stopped flying for quite a while after that, from what I heard, or really avoided as much as possible as would be understandable. And took buses quite often, and it really wasn't until '75 that he actually got his own plane, the Lisa Marie, and it's a great picture of some fans there with Elvis. And he was known to take the wheel and fly up in the skies there. So I don't know, that might be a fact that you guys didn't really know or not, but before Tom Cruise flew his own planes, Elvis Presley did. So Elvis was the start of everything. Oh, that's a great picture of Elvis holding a gun up there with a cop. That's I got to be 55 there, just because of his hair. Anyhow, thanks so much for the suggestions. Somebody told me to shut up and stop talking, but I probably won't do that. But I understand it. Somebody also wanted more details of the photos, and sometimes I can do that, sometimes I can't. I'm a fan like you, and that's the way I want to keep this channel, not as an expert, a fan. Well, I hope you have a wonderful week, this Elvis Week 2024. For those of you going to Graceland, let me know. That'd be great. I'm going to be there on the 16th and 17th myself. And TCB TLC, take some time for yourself today if you haven't done that in a while. It's very important for self-care, very important to reach out to a friend, a family member, and for those of you that may not have a big social circle, that you don't feel alone. And hopefully these Elvis videos help you. TCB TLC, this is Rare Elvis Photos.